Hello, Dr. Webster. I'm back. We're talking about the heart. Yesterday I told you how amazing of a creation it was and how it does all these magnificent things. So now I've got some statistics from the CDC that I want to share with you real quick. Heart disease is the leading cause of death. Men, women, all races, ethnic groups. One person dies every 37 seconds. Somebody dies of a heart attack. 647,000 Americans die from heart disease every year. It's 1 in 4 deaths. Incredible. Costs about $219 billion. Coronary heart disease, now that's the coronary arteries that feed your heart. That's the most common type of heart disease, and that is, that's just incredible. About 18.2 million adults age 20 and older have coronary heart disease. So again, every year 805,000 have a heart attack. 600,000 of those are the first heart attack. 200,000 happen to people who've already had a heart attack, and 1 in 5 heart attacks are silent. Let me grab something here. But this is the picture of your heart. The blood vessels that feed the heart are these guys called the coronary arteries. And so you need to take care of those. Most people who have heart attacks have some kind of disease in their coronary arteries, which means it's not working properly. Okay, more information. You know, I talk a lot about epigenetics. Epigenetics is our thoughts, what we think about, what we do to our body, what we do for our body. Epigenetics is something, you have DNA, I have DNA. But epigenetics is the way you affect the environment, what you do to your body, what you do for your body, and how you think. Thoughts are so important. Okay, WebMD. Stress breaks heart. This proves another part of epigenetics, stress. It says that this is the article by Dr. Daniel J. Brotman. He's a medical doctor, Johns Hopkins University, Baltimore. Everybody knows Johns Hopkins. Okay, so intense grief, acute anger, and sudden fear can have a direct, sometimes fatal effect on the human heart. And long-term emotional stress shortens lives by increasing the risk of heart disease, notes Dr. Brotman. What is intuitive to people is not necessarily intuitive to physicians. And I think that's just a very bold statement. I'm proud of him for making that statement. A lot of times the communication is not there. Emotional stress conceptually is the same thing for cardiovascular risk as physical stress. Hear that? But a lot of doctors blow that off because they think emotional stress is a psychological problem, not a physical problem. To overcome this false impression, Dr. Brotman and his colleagues, did a study, amazing study. In the hospital, I see people under all sorts of stress all the time, and I see what happens to the body under stress. So some statistics he's learned. People who suffer, listen to these now, these are good. I think back in my family, my mother grew up, her brother, they had a hard life growing up, they were just coming out of the depression, maybe some of it was still going on, a lot of stress. People who suffer from depression, hopelessness, pessimistic outlook are more likely than others to suffer heart attacks and sudden heart death. They are more likely to develop conditions like increased heart risk, obesity, diabetes, high blood pressure. People who suffer chronic anxiety are more likely than others to suffer a heart attack, atrial fibrillation, sudden heart death, emotional trauma, such as the death of a spouse, mental or physical abuse, or post-traumatic stress disorder. People with type D personalities, characterized by pessimistic emotions and inability to share their emotions. And then type A personalities, the drivers in your face kind of people, they are also more likely to have, heart issues. People with angry or hostile temperaments are more likely than others to suffer heart death. So he just goes on to talk about more information, but your thoughts, and I keep talking about this and I will keep talking about it. If you are living in fear or anxiety, especially, COVID is working on all of us. I know that, but you got to break through that. You got to do what I call a pattern interrupt. You got to slap yourself a little bit and come out of that and start thinking about all the good things in your life. Think about everything that's going good. Think about your heart. Think about how magnificent it is, and yours is healthy and it's serving you and you're enjoying your life. But anxiety, fear, depression, worry, anger, all of these things are emotions and they hurt your heart. Real-time physical effects correlate with intense emotional stats. We should think beyond. This is the medical doctor. I love this guy. He says we should think beyond cholesterol and beyond blood pressure when thinking about what it means to live a heart-healthy lifestyle. Johns Hopkins Hospital. They got it. They're talking about it. What you think, how you treat your body is really important. So today, have positive, energetic, uplifting thoughts. Go for a walk, do something good for your heart. Appreciate all the good that you have in your life. And I'll see you next time. Thanks, Dr. Webster.